because after that election, you were kept under house arrest. Have things changed this time around to make you leave your home, as you say?
No, I'm telling you, Catherine, I just escaped from my house. I just escaped from my house because I was raided, because I heard that they were planning to harm me. You have heard Museveni's son promising to harm me. He has promised to harm people, and he has delivered it. You have read his recent tweets. That's why I have to be careful with myself.
He has said in response to one of your tweets that nobody's looking for you. Just tell me about the specific post that you're concerned about.
Please go read his most recent tweet when he said he's looking for me and is giving me 48 hours to surrender myself to the police as if I'm a criminal.
You've obviously seen the election results. You've spoken about some of the videos that you say show rigging of the ballots in support of the president. According to these results, your vote share has dropped. Do you concede this election? And if not, what are you planning to do?
We have said it many times that we reject the pronouncements of the Electoral Commission. We reject those results because they're fake and they don't in any way reflect the voting pattern. They are completely different from the results on the polling stations and on the declaration forms.
What are you planning to do as a result?
We said what we were planning to do as soon as we started the campaign. We told the people of Uganda that all hope is in their hands, not in any institution, not in the courts of law, but in the hands of the people of Uganda to rise and rid themselves of this dictatorship.
The response from President Museveni's supporters is that through statements like that, you are inciting the public to protest, to perhaps even violently protest against the government and institutions. How would you respond to that?
There's a very clear difference between protest and violence. Protests are constitutional. They are allowed as per Article 29 of our Constitution. So we have encouraged the people of Uganda to evoke any constitutional and legal means of fighting back against this injustice, to fighting back to protect their democracy.
This is the second time that you've run against President Museveni. You have seen many of your supporters being sent to jail. You have seen a lack of funding that your party has been entitled to in the past. Did you foresee such a challenge?
We foresaw this and much more, and we have been saying it. We told the people of Uganda that we were not relying on the Electoral Commission to announce their victory and the reflection of their voice. We've said that for 112 days, so the people of Uganda are aware. But we also told the people of Uganda that we were using this election to sensitize them and bring them face to face with the reality of the future of their country. And we are proud that we were able to communicate that and to awaken the conscience of Ugandans, which we believe is firmly awakened now.
What's your assessment of where Uganda stands today? On the one hand, you have people who say perhaps this is President Museveni's last term, accounting for his age. He's 81 now. Others who say elections are not going to be the vehicle that would see a change in the country's leadership, in the country's presidency. What's your take on that?
We have said it many times that we will use every available window to democratic change, to peaceful change. Even if the opportunity seems like 1% of a chance, it is worth fighting. Many people are skeptical, while others thought that it would take the provocation of the conscience of General Museveni. But I continuously say to them that dictators have no conscience. You remember Robert Mugabe, who went way past 90, but wanted to keep going and going and going. You have seen Paul Biya and all these other dictators. They don't give up unless they're defeated by the people. It's what we've been telling people to do. Our duty is to keep the hope alive until people are free.
As much as you want people to protest, children need to go back to school, people need to go to work. So what do you see happening?
more repression, more arbitrary arrests, more abductions, more silencing of voices of dissent. But what much more do we see? We see more resistance. We saw more awakeness. We see the people of Uganda fighting back more and more and more. Because wherever there's oppression, there's definitely a fight.
You talk about safety for yourself, safety for your family. Yes. Are you speaking to President Museveni or his government? How could this be resolved?
I don't have to negotiate with anybody for my basic human rights, for the right to be a Ugandan who lives in dignity. That is given to me by God and confirmed by the Constitution. So I don't need to beg for my freedom. I just need to demand for it, and if need be, fight for it.
Ugandan opposition leader Bobi Wine there.
All right. So Bobi Wine, the leading opposition figure in Uganda, speaking with the BBC, Catherine Karuhanga. And Uganda is, you can say, a dynasty, a family dynasty. I can say that the father, Yoweri Museveni, is the president. The mother, defense minister. The son, minister of education. The son, defense and military. He has the military. The daughter, central bank governor. So the family occupy key positions within the governance structure of Uganda. So it is a dynasty. It is a family dynasty. The son boasted of killing. Imagine that. Imagine the son of President Yoweri Museveni is boasting on social media that he killed 100 supporters of the leading opposition, Bobi Wine. And Bobi Wine is given 48 hours to turn himself in. If a defense minister, the son of the president of Uganda, can boast of killing 100 supporters of the leading opposition, and he has given the opposition leader Bobi Wine 48 hours to turn himself in, what do you think going to happen? He will kill Bobi Wine and nothing will come of it. What do you have is just condemnation. That's what Africa is. I can see, and now I agree with Trump when he said Africa is just a shithole continent. Oh yes. A defense minister who is also responsible for the military, bragging of killing 100 persons from the opposition. Imagine that. Who does that? Normally. Now you can see when we tell you the man has taken, he has strengthened his grip on Uganda. He installed himself president for life. That's what Yoweri Museveni is in Uganda. President for life. After his 7th term, he will extend the constitution again. Parliament work at his will and pleasure. Every branch of government works at his will and pleasure. He is the Nebuchadnezzar in modern world. That's how it was in Nebuchadnezzar's reign. You do as Nebuchadnezzar wants. If you don't, you are either placed in the burning fire furnace, like he did with the 3 Hebrew brothers, or you are split into 2, or you are put in an underground tunnel, and then you are suppressed what we call in Liberian term, you are match. They match you. If you see how they'll do it those days, no. A very flat iron, so much weight. And then they place you in a small hole, very straight, very straight. You can turn left, you can turn left, you can shake either way because it is even. And then the iron comes down and matches you, just like when you put a hot iron on something and it just melt it. That is the reason you had all of the people in Nebuchadnezzar days worshiping him. The same thing you see in Uganda. All the people that voted, they did not vote him because they love him, but because of what they've seen. When a ruler creates an intimidatory atmosphere, the people get scared. That's how Charles Taylor came to power in Liberia. And that is the posture that most African leaders are taking on now. Again, we have to take cue. Every day, we'll say this, as much as we have not had these kinds of things before, it does not say it can happen. That is the mistake that Liberia made over the years. It suffered 2 or 3 dreadful disasters that today it is still trying to reel from that or from those. These are signs. I'm not saying these things are going to happen. I'm only telling you that God said when you see these things happening, take you. I know that for a fact because I see it in the Bible. And it was not a reference of anything but a general caution that if you live on the earth and you see something is happening, it may not be close to you, it may be close to you. He said it is a sign that you get ready, you position yourself so that it doesn't reach you or so that you know what to do. Not taking it serious, and you are affected, then you blame yourself. That's what it is. The man has tightened his grip on Uganda, that he is the law and gospel of Uganda. Silence opposition. There is only one leading opposition voice, Bobby Wine. The rest of the people, they are afraid. They've given up. Not that they are siding with what is unfolding, not that they are afraid of Yoweri Museveni, but they just feel that they should not be confrontational, and that is laziness. Life is never on a silver platter. It's not a walk in a park. Nothing you get on a silver platter, nothing you get easier on earth. Everything earth, everything you're aspiring for, there will be trials, temptations, avoidance, and every other thing. But you have to face the reality head on, endure, and then you can get. The guy is wicked. That's what Africa is. So Trump was right when he said, when he referred to the continent as shithole. It was not only on the basis of trade but principally greediness. Greed for power, obsession for power. What is it profiting Yoweri Museveni? A good leader lives with the philosophical maxim. get in, get it done right, and get out. That's what a good leader is. What a prophet. You stay on throughout your life and you die in it. And then they come with this flattery, befitting state burial. It is a curse. Befitting state burial is a curse, a flattery. A legacy that people will remember you not with any joy, not with sadness, rather, but with joy. People will say from the recesses of their hearts, thank God he died. It's good that he died. That's what he wanted. And he died in power now. Let him go. Africa has to change from these things. No reason why they were subjecting them to slavery, because the people saw stupidity in Africa, because they demonstrated it. You suffocating your own people. How can the Minister of Military and Defense, the son of Yoweri Museveni, boasting publicly of killing 100 supporters of Bobi Wine, then he telling Bobi Wine to surrender himself in 48 hours? If you can publicly boast of killing, wouldn't you want to kill the man? Should the man, if Bobi Wine turn himself into you and you kill him, God would say, but Bobi Wine is stupid. The man already boasting all over the place of killing people, and his father does nothing about it. It is the will and pleasure of his father, and you turn yourself into him? You think God was against Elijah escaping Jezebel? No. God was not against it. No, God did not see him as lazy person. That's why when he went into the cave, God fed him there. In a simply put, God was saying, you use wisdom. Somebody can be in the position, they're ready to exterminate you by whatever they have, whatever the political and military machinery. And you turn yourself in to such person. In our country, we tend to interpret being in hiding as weakness. It is not a weakness. You can be in exile and change a number of things. When your life is threatened, when the environment is not conducive for you, when you are between life and death, you have to choose life. And choosing life goes with wisdom. And that's what Bobi Wine is doing. He's not giving in to anything. He's not giving in to the man. Yet he's using wisdom to keep his life. His wife and children are under house arrest, have no access to the internet, cannot get food. They are starving. That's Africa and African treating that way because they're in power. When people have power, they think they have everything. Power is enjoyable. The guns are good. Every other thing, but they are short-lived. Because the time will come, you will not have the life to do what you want to do. We know that for a fact because we saw despotic, tyrannic leaders from African perspective. What happened? They went. That's the end of them. So you stay in power for rack of ages, it will not help you. One day. And this is where God in heaven, when he gets ready, he allows you to do all of those things. And then in a twinkling of an eye, he takes you away. Or he leads you into illness that you will suffer for years. You will feel excruciating pain. You will beg for death, but it will never come your way. We know that for a fact because we saw him doing that to Nebuchadnezzar, who felt that he was law and gospel, militarily, politically, every other thing. You say, St. Andrews, that was the days of old. Yes. Today, God is still doing it. God did it 10, 15, 20 years ago. God did it in this country. Say you don't know, but I know. God allows certain people, based on what they think they had, what they thought they had, suppressing people, suffocating people by their position, using whatever financial might. When the time came and God got ready, 4 years, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, they took them from hospital to hospital. They had the money. They could not scratch their head of how and where they would get the money. They did not make SOS appeal. They did not go from radio station to radio station asking talk show hosts to raise money for them. They did not raise from outside. They had everything. All of their colleagues were well-to-do people. So hospital bills were not their problem. They left from African countries to African country, to European countries, to America, and every other place. All of the doctors will say, no, we can. They would try their best. They would do this, they would do that. They did all the coup. Several years, people could not. When you see such, just know that God's wrath is on. What will it profit you, man? Come on. Africa. That's why Africa will always be subservient to the white skin. Not that the white skin 100% perfect, but what do you see of Africa? You don't see it of the white skin. When the present time finishes, he steps down. When the Constitution provides for a comeback, the person pursues that and is re-elected. We've seen that in Italy, in Germany, in America, and it just all over the place. But in Africa, the man should stay in power as long as he wants. And I can see why Unity Party chairman, Pastor Luther Tappet, said that Unity Party will be in power for 200 years. I can see why one of the youth members would say that Joseph Yuma Boakai will lead for 12 years. He turns it over to Jeremiah Kuhn. Jeremiah Kuhn will go for 12 years. She will turn it over to regime speaker. He will go for 12 years. When his time finishes, he will turn it over to Yomli Kanga Lawrence. She will go for 12 years. When she finishes, she will turn it over to rescue senator. It will go for 12 years. So it will just go. So all together will give you the same 200 years. That exactly. They're telling you that going into 2029, some of the things you see in these African countries, you're going to experience it because they have to stay. And that is why I've always told you, listen, nobody can challenge me on this. This is the reality. Every time you say that this person is not coming back, you are not saying that the person does not have the ability to come back. The person does not have the people and the people's will. You are saying we will use our political and military machinery to ensure that it doesn't happen. So just prepare yourself. Some of these things that you see in these African countries with these African leaders, brace yourself for them going into 2029. They don't need to tell you, you don't need God. You don't need Jesus Christ. You don't need the Holy Spirit. You don't need Daniel for any interpretation. You don't need Paul for any discernment. You don't need Titus to read how it goes. Certainly not. You don't need any one of those people. You only need your common sense with your bare eyes and your very self that exists presently to see. Majority of the people who told their colleagues, you will not live to see or to tell the story, they went to do something against them. They were not saying it on a mere note. If somebody tells you that this will not happen, that you will not, the person is telling you that by what I have, the ability is what I will use against you. So you either prepare yourself or you wash your hand and go. Every time I'm telling you that thing, the first day I heard that thing, I said, no, this is not a good statement for our country. We can intellectualize, we can discuss the issues, but there are certain statements. That is why the very government will say that such a statement is inimical. It is counterproductive to the peace and stability. They use those cliches and they are right. Meaning, there are certain statements that goes with provocation, that is panicking, that can cause uneasiness. So the people who brought in intellectualism, God first, they second, they said, no, don't talk about the person, just talk about the issues. If you say all of the time, this person is not coming back, this person will never come back to power, you're not telling the people that this man does not have the ability to come back. You are saying that we will use everything that we have militarily and politically to ensure that that person does not. We have to be careful in this country with the statements that we make. It will appease the ruling establishment because they are the ruling establishment, but it has a far-reaching consequences. That's what led to the 1990 war. And I told you people, I would say all of the time because it's the reality. All of my friends left. They are still around. Majority, I think almost all of them back in the country. Thank God Almighty, no one died. They are all around. Every time I talk this, they listen. Most of them can listen to me. God allowed all of them to leave and say, you will stay here. Bullet pass almost hit me from one end to another. Doing organ and curl falling, we even know how we curling whichever way. All we know, we dodging bullet. God say, all your people going, you stay here to see. And that line, when I heard that line from Martin Luther King, I said, it never ever escaped my mind. When Martin Luther King said, one of the reasons that God has allowed me to live in this period is to see what is unfolding in history. And the reason for that, so that you guide the future. We saw 1990, how statements carried people, how people were slaughtered. Before they can turn their back, they bust their head with gun. We saw people broad day saying, and you said this, and you said that to me, and you said it. With trembling, we're looking at it with trembling. They bust the head. Say, you lay down over there. You, in fact, run. Why you running? They open. That's why God tells all this thing he gave us here, they mouth, we must control it, must know what to say. Just imagine the man who created all the men say, Titan, there are certain things you can say. People make statement, they say, oh, this thing, it will not be. They say, oh, so that you, okay, we'll see. This mouth That's why James described it. James described it, the tongue here, because everything comes on the tongue. He described it as a fire, a wall of fire. It's deadly, it's bad off, it's nasty. You want to be careful what you say, whether in politics, religion, social, economic, whatever the situation, your interaction with people, whatever the position you have, you just got to be very careful what you say. If you say this person is not coming back, you are simply saying we'll use everything available. These things are happening in these African countries. They are signs for us. They are lessons for us. We have to take cue. Let's have a listen again, please, to Bobi Wine from his hideout. You didn't have the time to listen just when he was about to come on, and then we had this sudden outage. So let me go back to him so that you listen to his story.
I'm in hiding because I was raided at my house and I was able to escape. But prior to the raid, I got information that there was a plan to attack me at my house and harm me. The people that raided me were police officers and a bunch of other individuals in plain clothes. They jumped over my fence, cut off the electricity and surveillance cameras, and I saw it dangerous for me to stay around.
How long do you expect to be in hiding, and what could change that for you?
I want security to leave my house. I want them to get away from my home because they are occupying my home illegally. I want to be sure that I'm not in their hands. Therefore, I can be at large. I can be able to communicate with my people.
The head of police in Uganda has said that they're simply providing security to presidential candidates. We've also heard from the police saying that you're actually at home. How would you respond to that?
Well, that shows you that whatever the police in Uganda is saying is a lie. They know I'm not in my house, but they're lying with a straight face. They say they're only providing security to my home, but they are blocking everybody from coming to my house. They even blocked food that was meant for my family.
Tell us about the situation of your family, your wife, Barbara, who's at home. What's your understanding about how they're doing?
The internet at home has been jammed because there are internet jammers outside my house. I've spoken to my wife, but the phone line keeps breaking because the network is being jammed at home.
How different is this situation to the previous election? Because after that election, you were kept under house arrest. Have things changed this time around to make you leave your home, as you say?
No, I'm telling you, Catherine, I just escaped from my house. I just escaped from my house because I was raided, because I heard that they were planning to harm me. You have heard Museveni's son promising to harm me. He has promised to harm people, and he has delivered it. You have read his recent tweets. That's why I have to be careful with myself.
He has said in response to one of your tweets that nobody's looking for you. Just tell me about the specific post that you're concerned about.
Please go read his most recent tweet when he said he's looking for me and is giving me 48 hours to surrender myself to the police as if I'm a criminal.
You've obviously seen the election results. You've spoken about some of the videos that you say show rigging of the ballots in support of the president. According to these results, your vote share has dropped. Do you concede this election? And if not, what are you planning to do?
We have said it many times that we reject the pronouncements of the Electoral Commission. We reject those results because they're fake and they don't in any way reflect the voting pattern.
Bobi Wine speaking to the BBC Catherine Karihunga from his hideout. Let's get to events here. The House of Representatives, the representatives have to put on a refined posture. Ironically, people of that nature will tend to speak to people about morality, about conducting themselves right. But you find the same thing they speak against, you see them demonstrating. You tend to wonder. Look what unfolded again in the House of Representatives between Marvin Cole and James Collier. Two leading figures would stoop so low with raw, abusive languages, almost resulting into physical fight arising from a simple issue. Have you not understood yet? When I share my observation with you that the Senate is responsible, it's refined, it's intelligent, the atmosphere is always unique. The Senate is representative of a Senate. Unlike the House of Representatives, that is a playground, a ground of boys and girls in men and women's skin. They are big women, older women, big men, older men, educated, independent. No doubt about that. But their conduct on the floor is not a representation of senator of representatives. No. Why that place every now and then they're cursing each other? They're using all kinds of abusive languages. They're seeing people who will say, oh, Mbwaka say that on the radio people and be cursing. Mbwaka said that the reason he can't listen to radio in Liberia, his own representatives. Listen to that. Listen. We can put that on the air. No. It's unethical. We have that video. We can put it. I tried to just explain it. Some of you have seen that. Between Representative Collier, James Collier, and Representative Marvin Cole. See the guys. They're cursing each other like two Zogos cursing. You know how Zogo can curse? Eh, no Zogo cursing, eh? You know Zogo cursing. Male Zogo, female Zogo. You know they're cursing when they get ready to curse. You close your ear. You see people closing their ear. They're yelling, hey, man, that woman born you. That kind of curse they were cursing. The people who say they are honorable, they're honorable. That the people stooping so low, allow anger to control them. We told you from the onset that Rachel Kuhn does not have control over that place. Why it is true that that place is an intellectual ground, it is a tension-packed area, but one person has the responsibility to keep it normal, the speaker. Not that previous administrations, the flow wasn't routed, it was. But we did not see it to the point that it would go down to that kind of man cursing. We saw in Ellen's government, we saw legislators disagreeing with each other. They would go routed on the floor. They would shout and scream. They would disagree with the presiding. They would ignore the presiding. We saw it in George Weah administration. People would be crying for gas slip, and one person would say, "Oh, I will do this," and all that. We saw all of those things, but they never reduced themselves to mind and power course. They stay within the realm of using their intellect. They will disagree with their colleagues at times. They will disagree with the speaker. But they will never stood so low to cause man cause. That causing man cause. That the regime that will see people from the executives, people from the House of Representatives and other areas causing man cause. That the government rescue, refine, intelligence, so no all government that man cause, the broad man cause. Some of you still have that, but we can I can put it on. No, it's too bad of nasty. Yeah. Whether they reconcile, as it they didn't reconcile, but that's what it is. So yes, the last of 3 pointers, and then that will be doing it. Unity Party is after Clark Hope Foundation again. Criminal Code A requests all documents about the institution. All documents must be in Friday. They want all the property that Clark Mary Weah, George Manning Weah, wife and husband acquired. Unity Party maintains that George Weah go up, he come down. He can even go to God. Clark Mary Weah can go wherever. Clark Hope Foundation will be taken. That's Unity Party and Joseph Yuma Boakai resolve. They attempted the first time, they were unsuccessful. They've been trying behind the scene. The decision is that that place should be taken from them at all costs. This is no news, no surprise to you people, because we said these things months, years before 2026, that Joseph Heman Boakai prime target is George Weah. They have a plan in place to go after George Weah. So it's not a news, nothing new you're hearing. It should not be a surprise to you. But that's what they've came up with today. You can see, they say they are going after officials of former government. And they say it is not a witch hunt. Only an illiterate core, a person who is illiterate to the core, a dull person, would say it's not a witch hunt. A witch hunt is going after a person that you have perceived about, or that you have been finding ways by which to get at that person, but you have not had it. Now, when you have the opportunity, you move. When you're pursuing a single person or one group of people with a generalized statement, that is a witch hunt. Unity Party and Joseph Yuma Boakai said they are going to retrieve government property of former government officials. What people usually do, they will do a whole appraisal and come out with a full listing. What Edwin Clark-Martin had been doing, selective. You can see why Sir Joseph and Thomas Fowler, together with the other people, ran to Joe Boakai on the basis of Boakai doing where he is a Kisi man, they support the government, they're not part of Unity Party. You can see why the other people had been saying that George Weah is this, George Weah not that, George Weah leadership was this. All of these things, not that Boakai is doing anything unprecedented, but that they know that they acquire property. They know exactly what they have, how they have it, so they don't want the government to go after them. Simple. So they jump on Bouakar's side. And once they're on Bouakar's side, you don't expect Bouakar to go for them. Bouakar will not go for those guys. Under no condition, he will not. He will not go for them because they're on his side. Look at how the Arab man goes about. He's focusing on 3 specific individuals. He said it was comprehensive. He said they were starting from Charlie King Town. But look what he's doing. Look what he's doing. The people, they have this grudge. They want to take, I think it was, somebody said there was this, they overheard it within their corridor that it should be taken and then placed in the care of First Lady Bouakar to manage. That one we can buy into it yet until, but we can hold it as private information, but we can't take it as absolute yet. But the witch hunt aspect is what is real. It is true. It is true that they're going after. Yeah, what it said, Criminal Code A, they issue a writ of subpoena. That subpoena means everything, come with all of the documents that you have. Since you say this property is for you, we say the property not for you, it's for government, the government money you use. So come with all your documents. Let's see. They fill with the arson case, a hanging. They have this speaker infidelity, embarrassing to them. Their image is dampening. They have this what's the other thing? Visa suspension. It's embarrassing. So they're coming back now. They think they are smart enough with another thing called propaganda to shift attention so that the Rachel Kuhn issue will go down. The visa suspension, people will not be mocking them at it. People will not be saying a normal thing because the MCC delegation stay in the country. The speaker stuff and a lot more. There are some cases, they have no evidence whatsoever. They in the executive, they know what happened. When we told you from the onset that the people can win that case, what is happening now? So Bouakar wants, the man is, I told you yesterday, the most vindictive character that ever walked the face of the earth is Joseph Yema Bouakar. The guy keeps grudge. The man keeps grudge to the core. The man never forgives, even though he is a deacon, and Satan is a deacon too. So it doesn't make any difference because Satan was a deacon. Satan was, all of you know, everybody knows Satan's role at the time. Yeah, but he had that vindictive act. That's why God threw him out. But he had his religious position. It is not the position that makes the difference. It is your heart. That's why the Bible says God looks at the heart. You know what he said? He said man looks at the outward appearance, but he looks at the heart. It is witch hunt. It is selective. Reason enough for Joseph Yema Bouakar and his officials alone. They are not, except they want us to live like how the people of Uganda, family dynasty. The man is the president, the daughter central bank, the son controlling the military, the wife, I don't know, wife or mother, minister of education. But it will go nowhere. It will go nowhere. This battle, in fact, it's not a battle. Let us not call that a battle. No, it's just like George Weah said, his description of the party headquarters by CDC, another failed attempt. This is another failed attempt, to use George Weah words. This is another failed attempt. It will go nowhere. The guy has a plan. When we're telling you, I can't believe it. These guys will, from this year, because they said it, they will continue to intimidate until we get to 2029. These people target is George Weah. Why? George Weah is the only powerful, witty, formidable force against them. They see the rest of the opposition guys as insignificant. They see them as insignificant, meaning they are not a threat. Cummings is not a threat to Unity Party. Billete is not a threat to Unity Party. Simeon Freeman is not a threat to Unity Party. All of those people, apart from CDC, not a threat. No, they are infinitesimal. Unity Party sees George Weah as the threat, the giant coming against them. So the strategy is, let's continue to bring things against this man. Let's continue to subdue this man. Let's continue to attack this man. Let's continue to do a number of things to this man. And we will only need the rest of the opposition people to be silent, not to side with him. And before I came on the air, it just dropped in my experiment. George Weah is the lone fighter in this whole situation. If George Weah would think that he will have the support of his colleagues from the opposition, that is not true. That is not true. They will not. They will act like, but they will not. They will act like they're sympathizing and empathizing, but they will make no attempt because they don't have the might. They can. Before we got into 2026, in 2025, we heard all those things. The people did not hide it. They said 2026 is going to be a tough year. And their focus. Do you know that the Unity Party had always been hateful of CDC and George Weah? Look at every event. Do you know that shooting during Ellen Johnson Sirleaf era, that shooting at CDC party headquarters, do you know that it was targeted at George Weah? You know that they wanted, the intent was to gun down George Weah. But listen, yes, the miracle, George Weah was not there. God took him from there. Look how it went. Fast forward, Unity Party comes to power in no time. What did they say? The party headquarters, they say drug people were there. What happened? They carried men, armed men of all kinds. They were only waiting for something to start. Fast forward again. They went back and say, we'll find a way. This time around, since they have one or two things with the land, we will ensure, we will pass through the family and ensure that they don't remain over there. And we will break it down. And they did. That was a provocation. That's why God told George Weah, hey, don't do anything. Don't get vexed. I know it hurts because you are a human being on earth. But I want you to know that this is a trap. You can escape their trap. Tell your people to leave. The same thing happened with Nehemiah. When Nehemiah heard it, from a human perspective, Nehemiah was uncomfortable. It broke him, but it did not knock him down. Nehemiah spoke from exile before he could return, he told the people to leave. They should retaliate in no way. Read that story and look at George Weah's situation. You see the topology, or you see the connection. Nehemiah said no. George Weah said no. Nobody should retaliate. Nobody should resist. You leave it. Nehemiah told his people to leave. We will rebuild. George Weah told his people to leave. We will build. Honor that draconian rule that Nehemiah was under when he returned to build the wall. What happened? The rest of the people, they had nothing to say. They had nothing to do, because the trap they set for Nehemiah, he jumped over it. The trap Unity Party people set for George Weah. Right? These people had always been, they have always had that hit. Is it not the same Unity Party people that said George Weah should die? George Weah should die in Plin Plin, should crash with George Weah, let George Weah die. Unity Party has always wished George Weah death. This Unity Party, associated with killing, associated with war. Is it not the same Unity Party that brought the 1990 war, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, that killed thousands of people and displaced millions? Unity Party. They say they united. They carry the name Unity. Unity, one accord, with evil intent to execute. But listen, you go, you come down. This place, there are not few people here. And they thought they were just going to have it their way with the arson case. You think Clark Weah is somebody who don't know her left and right? Does not have people with her? They're going to battle it in court. They're going to battle it in court. This country has seasoned, renowned lawyers. They thought that they were just going to get Fonati Kopa and the rest of the people to say, yes, XYZ. Then they go into jail. And the lawyers are there. And they can prove their own case. That what Unity Party is. That's their nature. They're just evil, just diabolical. This is a witch hunt. Edwin Clark Martin has put himself available as the surrogate. He can never go after the rest of the people. And we in the country, we know how people acquire property here. And we coming to start telling help the assets recovery team. We help the assets recovery team by pointing at people. Let them go and check how that person acquire XYZ. And let's see whether Clark Martin will have that audacity to go there or to announce. All of the people you're going after, that people in George Weah ran. Boaka said he wants ABC. George Weah place there. The 17 apartment. He want to take it from George Weah. Let George Weah be on the street. What kind of president, since he came to power, you can never speak to your predecessor? It's not normal. It's not normal. You look at your fellow human being and say you can never speak to your fellow human being? Wow. Anyway, but that's what it is. It's just another exercise in futility for the government. You don't worry about that. They are known for creating distraction all over the place. They can't get anything straight. They have not gone to embark on anything and execute it successfully. So let's go. That's it. So on Friday, the legal team of former First Lady Clark Weah will be at Criminal Code A. They requested before, the report submitted, It defeated them. They still went back and finding another way again. Only George Weah the poor going after. Only George Weah Bouakai going after. Only bro. So when you acquire some kind of way, you want to protect your business interests and other things, just go and I say Joseph Bouakai doing unprecedented thing in the country, developing the country. It was better job we had. They didn't come to power. Bouakai doing the Bouakai and going to Joseph Ima Bouakai. Then you are protected. Everybody, all those guys, they are protecting. They are protecting their interests. They don't want to be called. They don't want to be investigated. They know. They know. Why, ask yourself, why that house of that legislature can never ever be open? They never want anything audit. That was on here, only George Weah. But listen, at the close of the day, and at the court, they're not military man, that's not Uriaism. They're not Uriaism. They're not Uriaism. That's not they place here, that's not Mussoliniism. It's not Mussoliniism. No, this is the Republic of Liberia. Except you tell us that you are arm twisting the court, arm twisting just anything, everything then. But this is not Uriaism. This place is not Mussoliniism. It is not Nebuchadnezarism. No. So you relax yourself. You don't get emotional. You don't get jitter. It's not going to go. It's going to be another failed attempt, as George Weah said about CDC headquarters destruction by Unity Party. All right. So thanks for the understanding. That's where we are. We had power outage, but thanks to the technical people, I switch on the generator as quickly as we can. Thanks to Richardson for being very swift to get us back on the air. So let's go now. Let's take your calls, but let's read a few of the comments as quickly as we can. Paris Lobot said, Bouakai and his gangsters will pay for every damage they are causing our people, no matter how long it takes. Pee-wee Wadon, is Joseph Bouakai a serious person? 10 million project in 4 year man who been living on loan. This man, no, that 4 year project. They say that ECOWAS now, say for ECOWAS to be having their meeting. Yeah. On the Capitol building incident, Paris Lobo writes, James Collet is a Capitol building and UP rebel. Nothing lasts forever. They will pay for every damage they are causing. Minister Davis Lobot, these guys are some of the problems while Liberia continues to go backwards. Benson Weah said that India dreams because Weah will come back. So let's go. Thank you all. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 4497. The women's line 07779803775. You don't want to keep your radio on when you call. No, I will not entertain that. You cut your radio off before you call. And you don't want to romanticize the line, staying long on it, will just hit the point and you get off so that I can take as many of you as I can. I don't want to listen to a story. Just hit the nail on the head and that's it. So let's go where we starting from. Let's go. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Andrew.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the person is never coming from this figure this number 11. Let me work out to understand that Joshua was here when do the country for the year and Taylor was here, he fell on Joshua. Waka and the official must clean their ear to do the right thing and start targeting Joshua. They will say leave Joshua here and pack the law. Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon. Yes, nice one. Thank you for
calling. Mohammed, and I call from a purple corner, down Coastbone Hill, Wingtown community. Mr. Andrew, thank you very much. Mr. Andrew, thank you for the salient discussion this afternoon. My attention has been drew to the one that have to do with the quote-unquote issue against Labaria Foundation. Mr. Andrews, you know what is happening to the Unity Party is just simple. What the law says here, they lie to the Liberian people. They lie about 16 billion issue. They lie about 400 deaths. They lie about 3 missing boys. They lie about stealing in the government. Today, 3 years into the administration, they are yet to prove any of these so-called and diabolical lies that were orchestrated against President Weah. That's why they are trying to buy sentiment for their already failed Unity partisans who passed all around here running with these lies that they have no evidence today. So what they are on, this is another failed mission. This will end up like the issue of the Capital Abson case, where they have no evidence to prove. But these guys play on sentiment, and our own sentiment is holding down. This is another failed attempt. Unity Party, you have failed. You promised to Liberian people job, Joe Newman Parker. You told us that you will give us job. Stop running behind President Weah.
All right.
6,000 people voted for you, they voted for you for a job issue. Thank you very much for always giving us the opportunity to make our voice on national issue. Thank you very much, Mr. Andrew.
And you have a nice day. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Thank you, Baka. That don't have now. I was saying that money. What I say, the whole Labrador will come and say this. Then are this. They say yes. Then are A. They don't work down. We have no government. We have no policy. I say I'm speaking. Nothing I know. But today, I understand my children there. They educated me. They know we have any coming. Do the what I will do. They will see the way. Money was here, good result. You see, we have to tell you, and the guy go to we are. They know we have any doing the way. That don't mean what it's doing. Please do our way.
All right.
Please do our thing. Why won't get off? Check this out.
Hello. 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 You are on the air, madam. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, thank you.
So you can call and hold the line.
No, I'm only now. I'm you.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, it's a part of the justice. Thank you very much. Thank you. They never think that we are stupid. We are not stupid. The visa restriction that they put on there, that they want the people attention will move from there. And we see they say they're going after primary. We are you go after the woman, they won't get a document. And it won't be no anything. You won't put nothing. Then you move for them. Oh, say the people mocking and go say we got contact, we competent. The people now they restrain that people for visa restriction. Our government needs for. They will go. They will do that. Once they put attention, can move for them. Let me tell you, we are not to pay our attention. Not move from there. You feel the Liberian people and you feel your participating. Let me tell you. Our president, when you are attacking, we know that job where you are attacking. You're just going around that person where you are attacking. We are not stupid and we will not sit here. You're running after the power for me. The corrupt. Someone for a looted in the country in store, you're going to machine,
All right.
machine. You want to nothing to him. Then you will go wrong after your we dare
Okay.
you to try it.
All
We
right.
will go after them for a tomato now.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Manju.
Yeah, lower your radio, chief.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm fine, though. And you?
Yeah. Well, this is Mohammed Ghana Jr. But I joined the conversation from the Japan Freeway. Mr. Manju, I want to appreciate you for enlightening the Laban people.
When you went off, what happened? You went off, chief. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, sir, Adrian.
Yeah.
I'm Prince Como calling from Bessie Street.
Mm-hmm.
They will gather, but the gathering of them will be in field. They will not succeed over Jawia. Anything they plan against it, they will not succeed. Everything they're doing, they will not succeed. Even after what they're doing, it will go in vain. The gathering of them is in vain. So I want to say thank you for putting all on our guard. We are praying.
All right. We are getting report that former Vice President Joel Howard Taylor son passed off. That's the information coming in. Not sure can be definitive of that with that, but that is what we are getting, and fire is raging. Red light. The fire service tried to put it off. Verity News is reporting that they received credible inside report of the passing of Mr. Charles Philip Taylor Jr., the only biological son of former First Lady and former Vice President Joel Howard Taylor. That's what Verity News is reporting. Let's go back to the line. Just thought to put this in there, quoting family sources as confirming the death of Charles Philip Taylor Jr., whose father is in jail in Great Britain, serving 50 years for crimes they say that he committed in Sierra Leone. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Hello. Yeah, you are on the air.
Yeah, I'm Nicholas Kofa calling from Borosa.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the people are doing? They're taking former president woman to be native woman, but she will prove to them that she learned woman. So that is the thing they want to carry. They want to carry to come take her property. What belongs to the library, she want to use to educate more librarian children. And Bokawa being chair 12 years. Christian said you not pay for librarian children, and you the one attack Mr. Former President we are West to take why or sweat. She not native woman.
They both say they want ABC too, but they want to take Cloud Maui Foundation. Then when they take it, then they will turn to ABC.
I want to live with her. I told them about Cloud with her. She not native woman. She learn. She know that they have to do it.
All right.
So they must try their best. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, Samaju.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on line. This is Mohammed once again. Well, Samaju, the United Party, these guys are focused in leadership. You know, these guys are leading our country randomly from this other point to the other point. You know, and they declare Marie Weir Foundation, they have put a more on. I tell you for sure, these guys will not win any case in this country. So we're just waiting for 2029, and then we'll see this guy up. And don't even say that what happening, in the African country, it will happen in Liberia. Same as you, I tell you for sure, this will never ever happen in this country. Because brother will leave our country, and then we'll rebuild our country, we'll reunite our people.
All right, Donzo. Right. LIB politics is just childish. All about grudge. Woman, George Weah is the only person most powerful, the man that Joseph Yoma Boaga is afraid of. Going after one man. You can't just no. Listen, only God can defeat George Weah, but no man can defeat Weah. Only God can defeat. Only God can subdue Weah, but no man on earth can. Not at all. No man can defeat or subdue George Weah. Only God. So it is just time, just wasting time. Too many things the government have to concentrate on. Too many awful things are happening. You have Unity Party Peter Bonjala and his guys sodomizing 16 years old boy. They take it to mean nothing. You have J. Brian McGill, a diehard supporter of Unity Party, whom the police lie to clear him. Watch it. Reports are about to come out again for 2025. What we have was 2024 report. 2025 human rights report, situational reports are coming out from the international community on Unity Party government. They think they are doing well. That the people, they never saw that report coming when they said there was arbitrary arrest, there were mysterious killing, and every other thing. They painted a damning picture of the police owner, Gregory Coleman. They say Unity Party, oh yeah, this was the international community. They brought in visa suspension. Louis Brown goes to the place and challenge and condemn Donald Trump. The American government is still thinking. The foreign minister gone quiet. She can dance again. She was dancing all over the place. Oh, she gave Liberia good international image. Oh, President Boaga showed good leadership. The same Joseph Yuma Boaga that looked at his citizens in America and condemned them, said, vilify them, and said Donald Trump was coming for y'all. Where's my guy? Where's my guy? So we talk about we are returns 2029. Where is my guy? Where is my guy? Then no weapon fashion. That's what I said. Weapon can be evil thought. Weapon can be physical. Weapon can be hate. Weapon can be grudge. Weapon can be just anything. When God said, no weapon fashioned against you, it was not a reference for physical arm. It was not a reference for gun. It was a reference for evil intent, diabolical intent. The same idea is used on the other side when it says wickedness in high places. High places, the heart. No weapon, no evil plan by evil juniors will work. Whichever way they plan it, it will not. No weapon fashioned against George Weah and his wife and family will fashion. I mean, will prosper. No weapon. Any evil intent, it will not. That's why God said, relax yourself. They can develop all of their evil machinations. They can develop every other thing. It will not work. It will not work. He's not saying they're going to take gun. He's referencing the heart. Weapon is anything, any idea that one uses against another person. People have brought people down and still bringing people down with different things. You don't see them with gun. It's a reference for the heart. That's why he said in Jeremiah, he said, the heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can discern it thereof except the Lord? Only God knows the heart. But no plan, no evil plan works against Weah. Let's have this break. Then we get to that. Weah returns to the presidency 2029. Oh, yes. They want us to think stupid. They think we are stupid. But we know that they're stupid also. No, they can. Martin Luther King said, do not allow anybody to make you think that you do not count. You must believe in yourselves that you are somebody, that you are significant, that you are watchful. You must walk through the streets of life every day with the sense of dignity and the sense of somebodyness. Weah returns to the presidency 2029. We've got 4 years ahead, not far. No one to live with the illusion that 4 years is far. No, the government knows that it doesn't have much time in its favor, so it has started the intimidatory tactics or plan early, but the timing doesn't favor them. George Weah is that formidable force. Go up, you come down, it will happen. There is nothing impossible on earth. Nothing impossible. Everything on earth is possible. It is only impossible when you think that it is impossible and you make no attempt. There is every blessing for a comeback. The only way you will not get that blessing when you make no attempt. But once it is your resolution with an attempt, you will get back. The world has that testimony. Liberia is about to experience, witness, talk about, write in its history books, unprecedented comeback. It's going to be unprecedented because we've not had it before. George Weah is going to set a record. He is a record setter. It is possible. It is going to happen. If you think that it is not possible, you are living in a dreamland, except that Unity Party will do as or employ the Uganda Yoweri Museveni doctrine in Liberia. But this is a democratic culture. No one will stoop so low to do that. It's going to be democratic. It's going to be a unique atmosphere. It's going to be a level playing field, to use the expression that was used often in Ellen's administration, level playing field. It's going to be a context competitive enough, but George Weah will emerge victorious. There is no impossibility to that. Every comeback is possible. The world is a witness of several comebacks. Comebacks is one of the uniqueness of life. Comeback is a blessing. Every comeback historically that we have known have been successful. Because people know that it is possible, that comeback is possible. Comeback does not have a curse. Comeback is always a blessing. Because people know that it is very rare. From a scary standpoint, which you see Unity Party people are doing, that it's not possible, it's not coming back, it's not this. All those things can be said, but they are not the answer to what they want in themselves. All those things can be said. They can even say as many more as they can say. I will advise them to come up with different kinds of cliches about we are not coming back. I think they tired using that expression now, we are not coming back, because it means nothing. So they need to look for different cliches to use. Let them replace that we are not coming back. Life is not determined by the person who says this person is not coming back. You go up, you come down. The only person that will stop George Weah from winning 2029 that George Weah himself and God. And George Weah has not told himself that he's not. Neither has God said he will not. God has said yes. George Weah has said yes. Once those two people approve, it's done. Everything that is happening around from the other side is fear. Fear. Unity Party fear George Weah. Joseph Yuma Boaka fear George Weah. Unity Party is hoping, praying every day, tarrying that nothing should happen to Joseph Yuma Boaka, that Joseph Yuma Boaka should remain in a good bill of health to contest 2029. Their fear is the only person who can put up small to the weight of George Weah. In the absence of Joseph Yuma Boaka, there's nobody. There is fear within, uneasiness within Unity Party. Again, I said this thing. You think that it is not possible. Joseph Yuma Boaka can turn Liberia, this country, into heaven. It will not give him a second term. The people are fixed. Joseph Boaka has laid about 30-35% the groundwork for George Weah, and his people are still working out. No doubt about it. It is possible. It's not just talking, you're seeing the action. You see the progress. You're seeing the breakthrough. In the fullness of time, you're going to see even greater inroads politically by George Weah. You're going to see stronger signs of a possible comeback. That is why you people who support George Weah have to drop your jittering spirit and be strong. Many of you get jitter when they come out with the expression, when we do this, we do this. It's done for George Weah. He's not coming back again. Joseph Yuma Boaka can turn this country into heaven. It would not still give him a second term. We pray for long life, and you will see, you will call back and say, Sam Andrews, you said it. I know this culture. Or know this culture. You have not seen people give everything at the close of the day. What did the senator, what he didn't do? He did everything he could. He did this, he did that, he pulled all kinds of stuff out. When the people got ready, they said that the man, yeah, we fix our mind on the man, our popular man. Must I start to give you examples from this culture called Liberia, politically? You continue to get jitter. Unity Party, all Unity Party officials, they are afraid. If God were to just put down a future experiment, meaning George Weah, Buakaye, and God say, let's do an experiment. Let's have a quick election. You see the margin, tsunami margin, then you know. Saying this person is not coming back, that's just self-impression. You're just making yourself to feel impressed, or you're feeling impressed within yourself and to get attention. Even some of the people, or majority of the people who are joining Unity Party people to say we are not coming back when the time comes, they will vote for we are. Now, one of the reasons they are doing it, they are flattering Unity Party people because they are the ones who have the money. They want to eat. The people say the best time to beat the iron when it's hot. What better time to flatter Unity Party and eat money from them? What better time? Now is the time. So join them to say, oh, we are not coming back, because that's what they want to hear. You just get around any Unity Party person and say, we are not coming back, forget it, you're best friend, especially at entertainment center. By the time you say that, then you say, I'm drinking something, you are not even asked. They'll say, oh, what are you taking? Because I want to hear. Just make fun of them, flatter them, bring the fool and the clown of them. Just flatter them wherever you are. And where any Unity Party person say, oh, we are not coming back, or that man not coming back, they will be so excited, so motivated. You will see the dullness, the stupidity in Unity Party people, as if they control the future. So just when you be around, that's why you people who support George Weah, you don't get jaded with those things. The many times they say George Weah not coming back, the many times you respond, yes, George Weah not coming back. How clever you will be bringing out the dullness, the stupidity of a people who claim to be exposed or educated. Because no one can determine the destiny. Only God does that. There are people who say, we'll do that, we'll do that. You know what God put that situation in the Bible? James chapter 4. You know what God put it there? That, just look at it. It has political implication also. Even though it was about themselves, the same way Unity Party is about themselves, that we get a country now. We get a country. We will decide. We will decide the time. We will decide the place. We will decide who comes to power, who will not come to power. We will decide everything. At the end of the day, that whole text that you see there, so the people, their faith, they did not know, everything ended in disaster. That's why the man said, come on, you're United Party people, you get sense, you know tomorrow. Then he comes and asks, he said, what is your life? You saying this person will not come out, but do you know your life? Do you know your destiny? Does it make sense? Unity Party people, they're behaving like they can control, they're controlling time, they have the final say on people's destiny politically. You said in the nastiest government we have ever had in history is Unity Party. Look at that thing. We never had that thing. Even during Ellen's time, we heard about gay. We heard about boys and they doing all the kind of thing, but they were going for money because they wanted to be seen amongst their friends as getting down from a car. They wanted to be seen as after an event, they're getting in their car while the other people looking for keke or bike that they are on top of their life. Because in Liberia, two things in Liberia, listen, people raise morale with car. Yeah, that's why you see, look among the women. Yeah, almost all of the women in the town, they won't get car. If you do a careful observation, let woman be in a place she has a car, one or two, and the rest of the people, the rest of the ladies, no. You will see how those one or two ladies who have car, how they will be behaving as if they are on top of the wall, as if the life is only for them. You see that proud, you see the boast, you all kinds of things. They feel that they can decide other people, their fellow sisters' destiny now. What you see in Unity Party, they think they can determine the destiny. If you're getting scared about that statement, every time they say it 1 million times, say yes 1 million times. That's the best way to shut Unity Party people's mouths with that expression. Government official, in your community, wherever. In our era, when they say, George, we are not coming back, we say, yeah, George, we are not coming back. That's how we can shut their mouths. When we're in the evening, we pour AB on loud. Everybody they can get fair, can hear them by way. Like George, we are made out of member. You just sit down like AB, we are made, just sit down on the radio. You just talking all kind of things there. Yeah, that 12 years. We say, yeah, that 12 years. And that 12 years. And you say 12, that 12 years, that's true. You got to show to the people that you are politically mature. You are sound than they think they are. My guys listening to me. They're there. In the evening, we're listening to AB. You part on this side. You go on the other side of the community. That AB voice right here. You go on this side. That AB voice, people get a small radio. That AB in the evening. In Unity Party, man, there. That 12-year business, we say, yeah, that 12 years. You ain't telling lie. You're telling the truth, that 12 years. But the 12 years, it's just like 90 minutes. The 90 minutes is for everybody. The 90 minutes is for everybody. The other man will say, yeah, we're going to win. The other man say, yeah, we'll win. They're operating in time. In a 90 minutes, in a 12 year, yeah, you said that 12 year, we say, because that 1 and 2. 1 and 2, that what? That 12. It's not for you alone, it's for everybody. Just as we have the football game, the 90 minutes for everybody, the same way, politically, the time for everybody. The stage is set for the football game for everybody. The stage is set politically, electorally, for all of the players in that political context. It's not for one person. Not for one person, it's for everybody. George Weah will make a comeback to the presidency in this country. We're talking 12 years, as you say. Yeah, that 12 years we agree. That 1 and 2, that 12. But before you get to the 12 years, before you get to 12, NR says, your Joe says you go to 12, finish what it says first. The one that in front of you, that the one you face. How dull you people are with this thing 12 years, 12 years, 12 years. Some of you been talking 12 years from 2024. So your 12 years is on the ground. I'm not wishing anybody's death. No, I'm not sounding doomsday, But I'm just telling you that that statement does not make sense in any other way. That's why people who know, they have no time to say that thing. They're only concerned about what they can do. If they are a unity party person, how they can help the party. But to just concentrate on a cliche, the men are coming back. The men are coming back. There are people who say, Joe, we are not coming back. They honor the ground, yo. They honor the ground. There are people who say, oh, that says that 12 year, that 12 year, they own a 12 year, on the ground. It don't. Instead of concentrating on what you have, instead of concentrating on your own faith, instead of concentrating on what you can do for your party, you leave and you concentrating on one person because certain unity party officials say, Joe, we are not coming back. You take it too as your song. You take it as your ringtone. Joe, we are not coming back. Joe, we are not coming back. George Weah will come back. We ain't talking for 12 years. We're talking 6 years. You saying 12, we're not saying 12 because it does not make sense to say 12 when we can determine time. But we in time that is onto us. So we use this time. That's 6 years. But this 6 years, we're in the second year. We're going into the third. We're taking it step by step, step by step. Only a stupid and dull person will be focusing on a time that he or she does not control. We ain't got time for that. We're not saying 12 years. No, we're taking it day by day. 2023 pass. 2024 came. We say, God, thank you. You get our 2024. We finish all our 2024 by your leading. We in 2025. God, we look up to you. God say, yeah. 2026. And we in 2026, we're taking it gradually. We ain't got time to say 12 years because we're not in 12 years. We in 1 year. That 1 year is called 2026. When it finish, it will go to 2027. Then that 3 remaining. So be talking about your 12 years. Send 12 years that your code, 12 years that your ringtone. Be talking about 12 years. No, for us in the opposition, we talk the one that in front of us. We can talk future. We talk the one that in front of us, the place that you are. Everything, George, we are doing right now, preparatorily, that now. George, we are not thinking about 2029. George, we are concentration in 2026. What he needs and what he's doing in 2026. That is his thinking and preparation with his team. And 2026, when we get to 2027, 2027 has its own. The thought for 2027 will come. When we get in 2028, the thinking for 2028 will come. The beginning can say, we're taking a lepe. One day at a time. 1 year at a time. Be saying 12 years. We can go there with you in an argument. I can't advise anybody. Let me tell you people, this is what I often tell the people when we are arguing politically. You saying 12, we cannot argue with you on 12 because we have no control over 12. We have control over 2026 because we are in 2026, and that is our concentration preparatorily. And guess what? They can shut their mouths. That's simple wisdom. You talking about 12 years. You won't even into the 10. Then you're going way ahead, or you won't go way ahead. You can determine any destiny politically, religiously, socially, economically. No. You can only prepare, but you will get the final say over destiny. Only one person get the final say, that God. People said, we are not coming back. Oh, that 12 years. You can see them around again to talk about 12 years. Some of them around. But they can talk 12 years. Some of them, they think they see, They're not talking 12 years again. We know that for a fact. A very good friend of mine, very close friend, we've been friends for years. We lived together. In our struggling days, we lived together in the same house, but we did not sleep in the same room. We ate kobo together. That today, when he comes on the hustle, he will call Obi, where are you? I say, oh, I'm at the office. Say, my man, we ain't going faster, because that's how we started it. So just used to us now. This day, finish eating, hearing something awful of Unity Party. Yeah, what the men say openly. I can't understand the government yet. I'm going for the government, but I can't understand. I'm really regretting why I had to vote. Living story, I'm telling you. Me, I don't fabricate, I don't do other things because I'm in a space. I'm seeing, hearing, in the midst of people. There are people who are disappointed. There are people who, partisans of Unity Party, they use the expression 12 years. And now they're reversing the 12 years. They're rescinding on it. They're not talking 12 years again. There are people who are already discouraged. Not that they don't see Joseph Boakai rehabilitating roads. Not that they are not seeing Karen. They're not seeing Tata bosses. They're not seeing NTA bosses. They're seeing. But why are they uncomfortable? Why are they not sure, Sam Andrews? It's because you can be in a party, they have a party that the partisans are sodomizing boys, killing them. They're saying their party protecting people who are accused of raping. They're saying a number of awful things. Listen, things that you think is nothing because it's within your reach. Your party, other people who are partisans cannot go for it. There are partisans who are skeptical of Unity Party. I do not know, but I am speaking the reality. There are people listening to me and saying, yeah, that's true. I get people in my area like that. There are people who are uncomfortable. They are partisans of Unity Party, but they are uncomfortable. There are people who said, I voted for this government, but the kind of way they are proceeding, I regretted why. We saw George Weah as the bad man. They made us to believe that George Weah was wicked. George Weah was doing this. George Weah was not doing this. But look at the same thing they accused George Weah of, they are doing it. How can I tell you how we have heard that saying more than 1 million times? And those people, 2029, you think they will not give their votes to George Weah? George Weah already made a case for 2029. He already made a case. What he's going to do, what you will be saying is new. The case is already there. What is the case? No, can't say case, but cases. You see it all over the place. So, Judge, we're not going to talk. There can be not going to be 14 military hospital, Emory Hospital, housing estate, all those unprecedented things. It's not going to be recreational center. It's going to be everything new because those things are already there. They are testimonies, practical testimonies. Nobody needs to tell anybody. It's not future. No, it's not something that's not happening that will be happening. Those things are already there. So the message going into 2029 would be new. Many things that are coming. Who does not know about the Emory Hospital? Who does not know about the recreational centers that the Unity Party people condemn today? They're going there with their wives, their children, their family members. They are enjoying it because they never saw that before. Yet, They did not wait. They were condemning today. Yet our country, at least foreigners can come and feel comfortable. Years back, Honor Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and Joseph Yuma Boaka, did the people have anywhere to go and recreate? Was there any recreational center? No. 12 years, Ellen have billions and billions coming into this country. Widespread corruption. People were building houses, finishing their houses in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. We saw people building houses for girlfriend. We saw people doing a number of things. The American government came down and said we can no longer put our money in rogue regime here. Pierre was in the government at that time. These people, majority of these people in Unity Party now, they were in Ellen's government, they were in Joe Boaka government as vice president, and they saw widespread corruption. They saw how Ellen messed up this place. They saw how Ellen left it dirty. And George Weah had to come and clean the mess that today they had the audacity to say George Weah messed the country up. George Weah returns to the presidency 2029. We'll continue to make a new case. We're not making old case because George Weah already made an old case. There, we're making new case, rebranding George Weah. We're rebranding George Weah. That's the case. I'm not going to be telling you all those things are history. They are there. They are evidence, testimony, undeniable testimonies. They are there, even though the haters will not want to admit. They say George Weah messed the country up. But there are people in this country pointing all over. Everywhere, George Weah footprint, handprint, nail print, everywhere. But you can see one structure of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the government they serve in. Yet they say we have messed the country up. They are afraid. George Weah returns to the presidency 2029. The case is all we're making the case. We will continue to make the case. We're preaching a new message. We're rebranding George Weah. The message is different going forward. We're not talking about those things. They are there. It doesn't make sense to be talking about those things, but they can be referenced. But they are not the message because they are already the message. They cannot be the new message. But they are the message. You can talk about it. You've talked about it. You continue to talk about it. Do I need to tell you about all of those things? Does anybody need to tell you? You know. You have spoken to people about that. You can stay, even you're sleeping, and they wake you up midnight and say, what has George Weah done in this country? Identify 3 projects of George Weah. With all the sleep in you, you will give them 5, 6. They'll ask for 3, but you give them 5, 6 because a part of you. It is your normal, knowledgeably. So we're not making that case. That case already made itself. Weah took the mess of the country and turned it into message. Unprecedented message. Unprecedented story. Ellen left mess. Weah took the mess and turned the mess into message. That today, everybody referencing the international community reference that, the people in this country. So we're not making a new, we're not going back on that. No, we're making a new case. We're making a new case going into 2029. Rebranding George Weah, fine-tuning the message, because it has to resonate well with you. We need you, and you are ready to come along. We're not telling you, going to tell you about the past, but the past is there to reference because you need a past. Without a past, you can tell a new story. It is having a past that you are positioned to tell a news story. A news story is telling people that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then they will look at the past and say, yes, he did this, he did that, he can do this. That's the news story. The past is there, the evidence is there, but we're telling a news story about George Weah now, how he's coming back. Because comeback is all about news story. Comeback is not about the old thing, but the old things are there to reference. A comeback is a news story, meaning you're changing the entire dynamics. It's going to be a new narrative. It's not going to be the same thing, but the history is there. The history can be referenced. That's what it is. George Weah returns to the presidency, 2029. You'll be talking 12 years. We're not talking 12 years. It does not make sense to talk 12 years. No. God said, take it day by day, year by year. We are in opposition. We're not fighting for 12 years. We're only fighting constitutionally, democratically to oust Unity Party. That's all. We're not fighting for years. We are just doing what is right to get Mr. Boakai out, and then we are in. That's all. This is how I see you. I see you. That's it. I see you. We are returns to the presidency 2029. I see you. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. The doctor himself is in tonight. The light of the land, the teacher of the land, evangelist, Anthony at Law, A.B. Williams, will face the issues. You want to join him for that, as you usually do, customarily. Thank you ever so much. And this is how we go home.
Jah, Rastafari. It's a redemption day.
Wagwan must struggle.
Afghan revolution, people. Afghan the blue revolution. You ready? CDC, you ready? Let's go. Get.